Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday's New York Times, two-page spread in the print edition, all the insults that Donald Trump has hurled at people, places, and things on Twitter. Now, that's legitimate in a way because they're his own words. I'm looking forward to the New York Times publishing another 2 pages on all the insults and other embarrassing comments coming out of the Clinton hacked emails disclosed by WikiLeaks. Maybe I shouldn't hold my breath. Look, I've been very clear in saying that while Donald Trump has made a lot of mistakes in this campaign and has suffered a lot of self-inflicted wounds, which is why he's now down in the polls, there has never been a major party nominee for president, certainly in the modern era, who has been the target of such an unrelentingly hostile wave of media coverage. Now, some people say, well, early on this helped Trump because we carried his rallies and he got all his airtime. I would argue that yes, but he gave far more interviews than anyone else, and he also was a kind of a master at manipulating the campaign dialogue so that he was always the story. But since the convention, starting with the Republican convention, and since then, it's almost as if the press has kind of come out of the closet now, and some, media critics and others have just written, look, Donald Trump is not like any other candidate. He's dangerous, he's sexist, he's racist, he's xenophobic, you name it. Therefore, he must be treated differently. The problem with that is if you treat one candidate differently and you're a journalist, not a commentator, not a pundit, you are unbalancing the scales because where is the comparable aggressive vetting of Hillary Clinton, even though she's been around in politics for 30 years? And I think what's happening now is if we were to assume that the polls are right and Trump ends up losing in November, you're going to see a round of high fives and congratulations and, wow, we in the mainstream media have been vindicated. We told you about this guy and now he's been rejected by the American people. And the problem with that is, I'm not blaming the media for any potential Donald Trump loss. Any competent presidential candidate has to overcome even negative media coverage. But I think what will be lost in these congratulations that the media will be bestowing upon itself is the fact that we kind of, for the first time in my professional lifetime, we're openly against one candidate, and if not favoring the other candidate, by default. And in just the sheer volume of it. And I understand Trump drives clicks and ratings. So writing about him, even the non-negative stuff, is always more popular, more compelling for the press corps and for all the websites and magazines and newspapers and networks than writing about Hillary Clinton, who is not the world's most fascinating politician and has been around roughly forever. But there are important lessons here for the media to examine, rather than just saying, oh, we're vindicated, we told you all this bad stuff about Trump and he lost. First of all, he will get something like 50 million votes. So clearly everybody in the press corps underestimated the anger and anxiety and passion of people to whom Trump appeals. But beyond that, there will be a stain on the press for being so openly one-sided in a presidential election, and that will not go away. That level of distrust, particularly among Trump fans, but even some liberals are saying. Carl Cannon, not a liberal but a journalist, executive editor of Real Clear Politics, says that the 2016 campaign, if Hillary Clinton wins, will be the year in which the media all but admitted aligning itself with the Democratic Party. That is potentially dangerous, far beyond the election and all the noise and sound bites of 2016.